My name is Kelly Whitfield. I am the technical person setting up the online clinics for our Perth group. Over the years now, I've successfully set up many online clinics with a nice stable connection with our instructor who is in Germany or Switzerland. And I know that there are other people who want to be able to have online clinics with their instructor who is there with them. So I wanted to show the basics of how I do it these days. First I should say, to start with, we used the Pivo online calling functionality that's within the Pivo app. And initially we had many clinics with 6 or 7 riders. It was good, the clinics ran all day. I did have some sort of small problems here and there, but that was really good. But the Pivo company started winding that back so that if you want more than an hour online call these days, you have to pay for a subscription. And so I didn't want to pay for a subscription, particularly as it was free to start with, and then they said, oh, great deal, you can have what you had before for free and give us $25 or $50 a month, whatever it is. And I thought, no. So I looked around for another solution and I found a really good solution, which is much better actually than Pivo ever was, and that is through using Discord. Discord is an app that gamers use. I use it like a video call. So I call the instructor using Discord. The instructor just accepts it as an audio call, so I can't see the instructor, but the instructor gets a nice view of the horse in the arena and can see really well. And the Discord call is very stable and can run. The recent clinic that we had 7 riders in a row. The Discord call went from the first lesson right through to the end lesson, no problems at all. So I'll explain how it is that I use Discord. So here's my Pivo Max. Yes, it's larger than the Pivo Silver, so I really prefer it for online clinics because I'm going to put a few things on it, as you'll see. So it has, this is the standard clamp that you put your phone in. We're going to be using something different. So what I use instead of that clamp is this. So this is an action mount. For some reason, somebody marketed this as something where you could use your phone and your GoPro at the same time. I don't know why you'd want to be recording with your phone and a GoPro at the same time, but there you go. So this bit costs about $20, and you'll also need the attachments that you would use for a GoPro, which is this little doodad and this little doodad. So that's what it looks like when it's ready to go. Then you screw it in. The Pivo has a 3/4 inch screw. That's the standard for all tripods and so forth, so you can put everything you like on there. So now I can basically, I have to put the original clamp on, and once I've done this, I'll be able to mount 2 phones in the Pivo. And the reason I want to mount 2 phones in the Pivo is this is how I have my online clinic. So I always use the bottom phone as the Pivo phone and the top phone as the Discord phone. So I'm currently going onto Pivo to pair with this Pivo Max. It's paired, and for the purposes of this demonstration, I'll set it onto body instead of horse. Okay, so now as you can see, this phone is tracking me. So that's the basic idea, is that the bottom phone tracks the horse, and now what I'm going to do is pair another phone, but this one to Discord. And the reason why Discord is Discord can have the great video call. So this phone now is joining a Discord call, and I'm going to put the camera on. facing away from me. Okay, and large. You do have to make sure that you align both cameras with each other or you get some unexpected results. So I don't know if you can see there, but that top phone is now recording me, and it's just pointing at me because the bottom phone is tracking, and that's the basic idea of the online clinic. And so I can add people to that. I don't have to do it through this phone. I sent the link previously, so here I've got another phone and I'm just going to join that call. And so that, put it on mute, yeah. So this phone here is now, we're pretending that this is the instructor. So here's my instructor in Germany, and they can see this phone here is now, and they can see, okay. I've got everything on mute now. Okay, so what this phone can see, especially once I make the phone bigger, this is my instructor in Germany, let's say, and it can now see me riding my horse or just being in my kitchen. You do have to make sure these phones are aligned. So that's the basic concept. I then will, to have the call running all day, then you've got to think about batteries. But I just wanted to explain that this is the basic concept right here. One phone tracking, one phone on the video call. And Discord is really wonderful for the video call because the call persists. One of the things that really irritated me about Pivo back in the day when I was using Pivo for the online call, you had to send the link to the instructor and you had to send it at the time. And then if that call broke, if something happened to my phone or the computer of the instructor, that's it. That was broken and you had to send another link. And in comparison, Pivo, like I said earlier, you can send the link a week earlier. You can send it to all your friends. So for example, in the recent clinic, somebody had to leave early to do something, and they said, oh, can you send me the link? So I sent them the link. They couldn't be there in person, but I noticed later on in the afternoon they jumped on the call, and then they can see what the instructor is seeing, and they're on the call, so they mute themselves, but then they can hear the instructor and see the horse rider. So it's a really easy way to have people watching the lesson live, even if they're not there. So I've had lessons where I've said to the group, oh, I'm having a lesson Thursday evening if people want to watch. And just send them the link and they can join. And even at the end, join the call and say to the instructor, oh, why did you do this? Or how about this other thing? Or just have a chat. So really powerful functionality in Discord. So that's the basic setup. Then the next thing, hang on a sec. And this is all sort of obvious stuff that you can work on yourself, like you don't have to fix all these problems at once. But for this setup to run all day, as it did quite recently, is you need a battery. So I would generally, that's the wrong sort of plug. So, like I said, Pivo Max is quite strong and can carry 2 kilos of weight. So I generally drop the battery down in front. Have a lucky band, hopefully not breaking everything. And that phone on charge. That phone on charge. Line everything up again. Make sure, yeah, everything's all lined up. Make sure the battery itself isn't in front of the camera. And I would usually tie that up or just use a different cord. But then, especially if you remember to press the button on the USB battery, that can now run, that battery's a little small, but that can run for 7 or 8 hours. Yeah, so you just make sure that the battery's not in the way. Okay, so now that'll run for 7 or 8 hours. Oh, one thing I should have said is this is a really simple setup. You would, if you only have 2 phones, the rider's headset is paired to this one. That's on the Discord call. And so that means that when the instructor joins, the rider can hear. Now, because it's a Discord call, you can actually have multiple parties joining the call. They should mute themselves, otherwise you'll hear them speaking. But then that's how you get the sounds to everybody else at the arena, say if it's a clinic. So we would have another camera, another phone on Discord that's joined the call, say to a speaker, just the audio call, not to chew up the bandwidth because the people there can see the horse. Pair that to a speaker phone, turn the volume up, and then everybody at the arena side can hear, or even they can join via Discord themselves. We've had people who had to move about a little bit and they joined the Discord call so they heard the audio while they were getting their horse ready or something like that. And with this, you can do things like, because you've got the sound, basically you can have 20 people more on the Discord call, not that we've done anything like that, but that means as soon as you've got the sound, you can have, say, another Pivo on the side that's recording the lesson for the person, the student, to watch afterwards, and it, because say it's near the speaker that's playing the instructor's voice, it can capture the sound. So that's why when people see me, I've got 5 phones in play, for example, because I not only want to record, I want to make the call. So this unit here is making the call, but I'll have another setup on the side which is recording the video and also has captured the sound from the Discord call, and then you can give that to the rider at the end. And so I get a recording of the video and the audio, and then say at night when I come home after the clinic, I'll upload that to YouTube as an unlisted video and send the rider, their link. And so everybody really soon after the clinic can actually watch their lesson. So that's about it. I hope that's given you a basic understanding of what it is I'm doing. I sort of add some technical stuff. I have a Rode microphone that I get the rider to wear, and because that captures the rider's voice very well, but that's kind of unnecessary detail. This is the main aspect of the setup, which is bottom phone on Pivo tracking the horse, top phone on Discord creating the call with the instructor, and you don't need Zoom for Discord, like Discord won't Zoom, but if you especially if you set this setup in the centre of the arena, a small arena, 40 metres by 20 metres, you set it at X, the horse is usually only 15 to 20 metres away, and I've never had the instructor complain about the horse being too small, even though Discord doesn't zoom in. I think you'd have problems if you went to a larger dressage arena, but we've even had, you can have this on the side, so we've had times quite recently where the instructor wanted the horse to do something on the diagonal, and so we had to go in and take the Pivo away from X and put it to the outside, and the instructor could still see perfectly well, even though by then the Discord without a zoom is some 30 metres away from the horse, but seems to work really well and definitely worth it for the stability and ease of using Discord, which incidentally I tried different video calling apps. So I tried WhatsApp, Messenger, FaceTime, and all of those other apps had an unacceptable lag. So, you know, you'd see the horse's legs move and hear the sound following, you know, 3 seconds later or something. So something like Messenger is, you know, for calling somebody that you know who's in China, you don't need that fine coordination between the video and the sound, but you really need it for a horse riding lesson, because sometimes the instructor will be saying, cue your leg with the horse's inside hind, now, 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 and Discord can handle that without a lag. Of course, you need reasonably good internet or 4G, 5G at the location, and really that's a deal breaker if you don't have it. I don't know if you noticed earlier, but when you could hear the audio of two phones, there was an unacceptable lag. That's because my home internet is really shocking today. So yes, if you don't have good internet, the whole thing doesn't work. Okay, I think that's the basics. There it is. I hope you find it useful, and maybe you'll give it a shot sometime. Okay, thanks. Bye.